Crypto Doe. Welcome on into another episode of the Crypto Doe channel. And today we're talking about this Bitcoin strategic reserve move Trump announced today and his executive order. We're going to do a quick breakdown and a breakthrough of what's really going on. And was this positive to the market or was this actually considered a negative catalyst, right? But before I get into this, the only thing I ask you guys to do is smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, get me to 10,000 subs, and hit the coin link and the affiliate marketing links in the description to support the channel even more. I'm Crypto Doe. I've been doing this for well over 6 years, and I want to show you guys everything that I know, share it with you guys, so together we can go further than Wells Fargo. Let's get into the program today.
Today we're signing, this is very historic, an executive order establishing a strategic Bitcoin reserve and digital asset stockpile. This is a promise that you made throughout the campaign, and today we're keeping that promise. The reserve will be capitalized with Bitcoin that the federal government already owns, so it won't cost taxpayers a dime. This is like a digital Fort Knox for digital gold. And premature sale.
Listen to the keywords now. This is for the crypto that they already own. So they are for Bitcoin that they already own. I'm gonna read the details to see if they're gonna buy any more Bitcoin, and if so, how much do they plan on buying? Also, if you guys know, XRP have been giving the government um, millions of dollars worth of XRP, and it could be for tax purposes, right, on their behalf, or just a token to actually sit at the table because they did get a chair at the seat at the table along with ADA, Solana, and Ethereum. Let's continue.
Sales of Bitcoin over the past years cost American taxpayers over $17 billion in lost value because we didn't have a long-term strategy.
Right.
Now we do. So,
And this is something you believe in fully?
100%, yeah.
Okay.
And the whole community believes in
Very good. And they made the promise, right?
it. Absolutely.
And that's David Sack. Once again, that's David Sack, head of the Crypto Bureau or the Crypto Department.
Okay.
So today we're signing, and this is very
Okay, now let's minimize that page and let's go down to the actual reading of this, right? We're going to go down to the actual reading of, get a little bit more detail for what's going on in the crypto space. Okay, it should be in somewhere in his recent posts. Here we have it. Let me know if you guys can see the screen. Also, I just started my Crypto Dope Bull on X. So go visit me on X as well. That is actually in the link as well. All right, let's zoom into this. I know you guys can't see, so let's read together. Thank God for a computer that allows you to zoom in with the touchscreen. Now, this is coming from David Sachs. Read along with me. Just a few minutes ago, President Trump signed an executive order to establish a strategic Bitcoin reserve. The reserve will be capitalized with the Bitcoin owned by the federal government that was forfeited as part of the criminal or civil asset forfeiture proceedings. This means it will not cost taxpayers a dime. Let me read this part again to you guys. The reserve will be capitalized with the Bitcoin owned by the federal government that was forfeited as part of criminal or civil assets forfeitures proceedings. This means it will not cost taxpayers a dollar. So basically, what's already in the reserve is in the reserve, and that's what they plan on keeping in the reserves as of right now. Just as of right now. Let's read to get some more some more details. It is estimated that the U.S. government owns about 200,000 Bitcoin. However, there has never been a complete audit. The EO directs a full accounting of federal government's digital asset holdings. The U.S. will not sell any Bitcoin disposed or deposits into the reserve. It will be kept as a store of value. The reserve is like a digital Fort Knox for the cryptocurrency, often called digital gold. Now, I think that's a bit exaggerant to call Bitcoin digital gold because gold itself is a whole nother thing. That's God's money. Gold itself is a whole nother thing. The analogy could be somewhat similar, but keep the commodities as far as gold and silver separate from Bitcoin, because some people might view Bitcoin as an actual host and or a Ponzi scheme, because we really want to know the use case of Bitcoin, right? And we also want to know, are there other technologies that's 10 times better than Bitcoin? And we also would like to know who directly created Bitcoins, because word on the street is that Bitcoin was created by the CIA, um, which is an intelligence service, and it was protocol number one. So it was a lot of different coders for Bitcoin, but we don't know who this one person is, right? We don't know who Satoshi is. We don't know if it's a person and or a group of people. It's a lot of speculation. But with these other assets like XRP and ADA, we actually know who the actual creators are. So that to me, that's another conversation. Let's stick to the script. We're talking about the Bitcoin reserve. The US will not sell any Bitcoin deposited into the reserve. It will be kept as a store of value. The reserve is like a digital Fort Knox for the cryptocurrency, often called digital gold. Uh, Premature sales of Bitcoin have already cost US taxpayers over $17 billion in lost value. Now the federal government will have a strategy to maximize the value of its holding. And I wonder what would that strategy be? Would it be something like micro strategy? What would it be? Would they have to buy more Bitcoin? And or how do they plan on facilitating the US dollars? Or how do they plan on making the United States the crypto capital of the world? The secretaries of the Treasury and the Commerce are authorized to develop a budget neutral strategies for acquiring additional Bitcoin. So listen, let's read this one in depth because a lot of people are saying that this could be a bad thing because Bitcoin itself, they're not buying as much Bitcoin as you would think. They already have 200,000 of forfeited Bitcoin inside of its reserves already. But then my question would then be, well, how do they become the crypto capital of the world if you have places like China and everything else that may be taken away from this? And the war to me has already started, and it's going to be a war on Bitcoin as well and or cryptocurrencies. The Secretaries of the Treasury and Commerce are authorized to develop budget neutral strategies for acquiring additional Bitcoin, which means that they're going to set aside a budget to acquire more Bitcoin, provided that those strategies have no incremental cost on American taxpayer. In addition, the executive order establishes a U.S. digital asset stockpile, right? Listen to this one because this is what XRP, ADA, Sol, those are the ones that they name Ethereum. Thus far, this is where they fit in. In addition, the executive order establishes a U.S. digital asset stockpile consisting of digital assets over assets other than Bitcoin forfeited in criminal or civil proceedings. The government will not acquire additional assets for the stockpile beyond those obtained through the what? Read with me now. So you said that you're going to set money to the side for up here. You stated that you're going to set money aside. The Secretary of Treasury of Commerce authorized to develop a budget neutral strategy for acquiring additional Bitcoin, right? But you also stated that the government would not acquire additional assets for the stockpile beyond those obtained through the forfeiture proceedings. I'm confused now. The purpose of the stockpile is responsible stewardship of the government's digital assets under the Treasury Department. Promise made, promises kept. President Trump promised to create a strategic Bitcoin reserve and digital asset stockpile. Those promises have been kept. Now, we all know that. I'm going to leave that link down below. I want you guys to go check it out and read the article. Finish reading the article on your own, right? I want you guys to finish reading the article on your own. Let me leave the link down below. It's going to be under, actually, it's going to be in the description under source. And the link is going to be right there for X, the article with David Sachs, right? Now, I wanted to stop with that and let's read about XRP. Let's read about XRP. Let's read an article. This one is titled, Trump confirms U.S. will not buy XRP for strategic reserve. They won't buy it because they already have it, which means the inflow, does this mess up the actual inflow of things, right? They won't buy it because they actually already have it. How much Bitcoin do they I apologize. How much XRP do the United States have? According to, well, I'm gonna show you guys that in the end. In fact, let's show you guys that now. How many Bitcoin, how many XRP does the United States already have? At least how much Bitcoin did they give to Trump? Ripple also donated, listen, Ripple donated $5 million worth of Bitcoin. Let me zoom in so you guys can see that properly. He donated $5 million worth of XRP to Trump's inaugural committee. This is before the pump. This is before the pump. Alongside, he gave $125 million. Now let's type how much XRP was given to the United States government. And that's within the article that we're about to read right now. The United States government was given we're going to read that in the article now. So, but remember that 5 million was gifted to Trump. 5 million. That's before the run. Right? So who says no? The thing I don't like about this is that if they're not going to buy any more of these, what are they holding it for? Either they're holding it for 5, 10 year, 15, 50 year plan, or they may control a bit of it by selling it off at a certain moment to cause the prices to go down to perhaps buy more. The world may never know. What do you guys think will be done to this? Now let's read now let's read this article. Trump confirms U.S. will not buy XRP for strategic reserve. President Donald Trump has finally, let's zoom in. I want you guys to be able to see this all the way. And let me get a little bit closer. Okay. Just read with me. Recall that on March, President Donald Trump had finally signed an executive order for a crypto strategic reserve, but the order confirms the U.S. will not buy XRP or other altcoins. Recall that on March, the president announced plans to create a digital asset reserve that would include Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Cardano, and Solana. However, this statement was only shared on Truth Social with no official directive at the time. Crypto committees waited for an executive order, and 4 days later, on March 6th, Trump signed it. Nonetheless, the order separated Bitcoin from other digital assets and confirmed that the government's decision not to purchase additional altcoins like XRP. David Sachs, the White House official overseer crypto and AI policy, first disclosed portion of the order on X. He confirmed that the U.S. government holds around 200,000 Bitcoin. Notably, the government had continued to sell off most of its holdings seized from criminals in the past. Right? According to Sachs, these Bitcoin sales have cost U.S. taxpayers estimated $7 billion in loss, as confirmed yesterday by Crypto Basic. The new policy aims to maximize the government's holding by securing Bitcoin as a strategic asset similar to gold. Executive order details, particularly details of executive order, officially confirm the establishment of strategic Bitcoin reserve in the United States digital asset stockpile. The Treasury Department is responsible for managing those assets with specific policy for their oversight. Notably, Bitcoin held by the government primarily obtained through asset forfeitures will be transferred to the Strategic Bitcoin Reserve. Unlike previous practices, the order prohibits the sale of Bitcoin from this reserve, confirming its position on as a protected financial resource. The order, the Treasury and Commerce departments will deliver strategic strategies for acquiring more Bitcoin as long as they are budget neutral and do not add costs to taxpayers. This might contrast Senator Cynthia Lummis' proposal of purchasing 1 million BTC, which is Bitcoin. Meanwhile, altcoins including XRP, Ethereum, Cardano, and Solana would fall under the United States digital asset pile. However, the order explicitly states that the government will not purchase more of these assets beyond what it acquires through legal forfeitures. So that may be the controversy. So the controversy is now, are they only purchasing Bitcoin? It states that, which I've been said that this is why it's going to be a tariff war as well. And the tariff is going to lead to, well, at the very end of the day, who owns the most Bitcoin? Because that's what they've chosen to be a representation of the new digital currency. Now the stockpile is the stockpile, but what's the purpose of just having a stockpile? What's the case use for that? That's what I would like to know. What would be the case use of that? No one truly knows. But let's continue with the article. This was a wonderful article. This is by thecryptobasic.com. I'm going to leave the link. Let me put it in the sourcing right now. And this will be under the second source tab in the description. And go check that article out. I think it's a wonderful informative article. Meanwhile, altcoins including, okay, so we read that. The Treasury will manage them under a separate framework and may dispose of based on legal or regulatory consideration. The executive order also requires federal agencies to conduct an audit on all government-owned digital assets within 30 days. This report will determine the full extent of crypto holdings and facilitate the transfer of assets into the designated reserve. XRP community reaction. Following the release of the executive order, market analysis blockchain backer questioned Sachs about previous reports suggesting a strategic crypto reserve that include XRP, Solana, and Cardano. He pointed out that the government does not currently own these assets in a significant amount. Just a few minutes, okay, we already read that. So this is what blockchain backer says. So can you elaborate on the crypto strategic reserve, including XRP, SOL, and ADA? Think that he posted about 4 days ago, since the U.S. does not own those, which the U.S. may not own those, but Trump owned those. Actually, the U.S. do own XRP because XRP donated $120 million worth of XRP to the United States. Well, that's the settlement that they're asking for. It hasn't been donated yet, because now this kind of makes sense on why they wanted XRP. Why are we still actually in like a lawsuit? That doesn't make any sense to me. Why are we currently still in the lawsuit phase? Right? Because they want to get some form of payment, right? The court always win at the end of the day, even if it was them just taking XRP to court for publicity or making an example or saying that you can't really replace the US dollar, because at the end of the day, XRP was designed as a replacement system. That's why I like XRP. Notably, some crypto proponents speculate that the government might soon acquire XRP through the ongoing legal case between Ripple and SAP. And they will. The lawsuit could result in a Ripple payment of $125 million settlement in XRP, potentially increasing the government holdings. However, this remains speculative and unconfirmed. So we will see what the court hearings will be. Another analysis, Moon Lambo, suggests that the government might already own small amounts of XRP, Cardano, and Solana through lesser known forfeiture cases. Despite this, he stressed that these holdings may not be large enough. So that's where we have it. That's the author right there, Sam Wisdom and Raphael. Give him credit when credit's due. Go check him out. I think this was a wonderful article. Well, let me know what you guys think about this strategic reserve. Let me guys know about what you actually believe in about them choosing Bitcoin, and they're just holding a stockpile of XRP, ETH, SOL, and ADA. And why do you think that is? Is this to shake the majority of the people out of those markets? Because their technologies, to me, are top tier. Their technologies to me are top tier, but it's not about what I think. I want to know what you guys think about this. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. That's all I ask. This is Crypto Doe once again, bringing you the news. Put on your seatbelts because it's time to take off. And